And welcome to it, everybody. The Chris Salcedo Show here on Newsmax TV. A bombshell drops in the Democrats' hearings on the January 6th riot at the Capitol. In their effort to link anyone who opposes their anti-American agenda with those who broke the law that day, testimony got through about intelligence implicating a well-known leftist group supported by Democrat-Socialists. We'll get into that with Mark Halpern in mere moments. But this revelation is emblematic of a double standard that Democrat-Socialists and their agents in the biased press are trying to impose on our great nation. It's why left-wing groups can kill, beat, loot, and burn their way through America's streets for months, and nobody talks about holding the left-wing accountable. Meanwhile, socialists invent or exaggerate accusations against conservatives after the January 6th riot in an effort to strip us of our rights and silence their opposition. Someone should really do something to push back on the attempt to institutionalize unfairness based on one's political perspective. You know, it's patriotic to oppose Democrat-Socialists. That's what we examine in tonight's preamble. Let's deal with the left-wing lies about figures who, well, are effective at beating them. CNN has perfected this practice after lying or providing a platform for liars about the Trump-Russia collusion hoax. They did this for years, so it's no surprise that CNN decided to lie about Rush Limbaugh, someone who can no longer defend himself. The governor of Florida, Ron DeSantis, decided to honor Rush, a Florida resident, by flying the state's flags at half-mast in honor of the conservative icon. CNN's so-called media analyst, Bill Carter, he didn't like that very much.
Well, it's kind of shocking because, I mean, first of all, you know the governor of Florida is just playing for, conservative attention doing that. But the justification is really questionable. I mean, look, Limbaugh had a huge following and it was very popular among, a group of right-wing listeners. And I think, there were an awful lot of people who are justifiably saying, why are you celebrating a guy who attacked Barack Obama on race, who sang, Barack the Magic?
Now, Bill Carter is a media analyst who doesn't know media. That's why someone of his caliber works over at CNN. If someone were silly enough to take what CNN says at face value, you'd be left with the impression that Rush Limbaugh made up an attack against Barack Hussein Obama, calling him a magic N-word. But what CNN's media analyst, who doesn't know media, left out was that Rush was lampooning a Los Angeles Times piece called Obama the Magic N-word. Negro. There it is. It was written by a left-winger by the name of David Ehrenstein. But what does CNN care? Their point was to try to tarnish the name of Rush Limbaugh. Who cares that they had to do a lie to tarnish his good name? Someone should call the left-wing totalitarian congresspersons Jerry McInerney and Anna Eshoo. Maybe they can work on getting AT&T to kick CNN off the cable platform. Oh, wait a minute. CNN is left-wing. They lie to hurt conservatives. Those socialist members of Congress would never dream of silencing left-wing liars and left-wing speech. They only want to cancel us because we call out left-wing liars. See how that works? Here's something else I'm sure that Congresspersons Jerry McInerney and Anna Eshoo are going to get right on. Yesterday, it was revealed that during the Trump administration, John Kerry, who served in Vietnam, along with other Obama administration officials, held secret meetings with the terrorist regime in Iran to undermine foreign policy of the United States. Former Secretary of State Mike Pompeo gave his reaction yesterday on Fox.
It's un-American. It's very troubling. It's not the right thing to do. They lost an election and they should have just gotten off the stage. They chose not to do that and instead tried to undermine what the American people had put forward as America's policy, and a policy, frankly, that kept America safe. But in the end, the good news is our policy in the Middle East was successful. We built out a strong coalition to crush the regime in Iran. We built out a Gulf state set of coalition partners that signed Abraham Accords, creating peace and stability throughout the Middle East. Our policies work. It's sad that Secretary Kerry is so unable to get off the stage at any point that he had to go try and undermine what President Trump and our team were trying to do.
All due respect, Mr. Pompeo, this was more than just left-wing ego. This was more than Kerry working to undermine peace breaking out in the Middle East. This is more than Kerry and his Obama and Biden sycophants trying to ensure that terrorists get nukes in Iran. At best, this is a violation of the Logan Act. The intent behind the Logan Act is to prevent unauthorized negotiations from undermining the U.S. government's positions. Ironically, it's what Biden falsely accused Trump of doing as justification for the fake Russia-Trump collusion narrative and investigations. At worst, Kerry's actions are that of a traitor. And what else would you call a person who colludes with an enemy, a terrorist regime that chants death to America in an effort to undermine the American peace initiatives in the Middle East? Americans should oppose left-wing traitors. It's the patriotic thing to do.
Hi, Emma Reckenberg here. If you like this video, there's a whole lot more to see on Newsmax TV. You can watch for free right here on our YouTube live stream and be the first one here each time our experts break down real news. Just hit that subscribe button, ring the bell icon, and stay with us on America's fastest growing cable news channel, Newsmax TV.